Hello guys and welcome to Python programming tutorials by Amul's Academy. Today in this tutorial we are discussing about how to print stars in alphabetical Y shape. So let's begin with the code. Okay, so this is our output and here we can see stars in different row and column. To print stars in different row and column we are using two for loop. One is to print stars in the row and another one is to print stars in the column. So here in our code we can see the two for loops. First for loop is to print stars in the row and next to print stars in the column. And here row and col are the variables. Okay. And here we can see 5 rows and 5 columns, right? And here in the range function I need to mention the number of rows and column. So 5 rows and 5 columns. So range is from 0 to 5. That means it will give output as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That here we can see, right, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows and column. So next we can see if else conditional statement. That is, here we want to print stars in alphabetical Y shape. For that we need condition. So we are using if else conditional statement. Here after if keyword I need to mention the condition. That is, in which row and column you want to print star. Alright. So for that we need to see the output. So first we'll divide our output into 3 parts. Okay. Then it will be easy to write the condition for that. So this is my first part. And here we go. This is our second part. This is our third part. Okay, so first we'll see this part. That is, we want to print these 3 stars at column 2 and row 2, row 3 and row 4. So I want star at column 2, but at that time row should be greater than 1. That is, we want to print star only in row 2, row 3 and row 4. Okay, so my first condition will be, I'll check whether column is equal to 2. If it is 2, then row should be greater than 1. Alright, so here I use logical AND operator. It's because to print star I want both this condition to be true. Okay, when column is equal to 2, then at that time row should be greater than 1. That is, row can be 2, 3 or 4. It should not be 1 and 0. That's why I mentioned logical AND here. So to print star both this condition need to be true. Next I'll take logical OR operator. In the case of logical OR operator, if any one of the input is true, then output will be true. That is, here I'll mention 2 or more condition, right? So here any one of this condition is true, then it will print star. That's why here logical OR operator. Now we are done with these 3 stars. Okay, so now we need to concentrate on this and this. So we'll take these 2 stars. So here we can see it is in row 0 column 0, row 1 column 1. That is, when row is equal to column we want to print star, but at that time column should be less than 2 because I want only these 2 stars, right? So column should be less than 2. So when row is equal to column, at that time column should be less than 2. This is my second condition. Okay, here I used AND because I want both this condition to be true. Here OR because here any one of this is true, then it will print star. Okay, next we need to print these 2 stars. Here you can take 2 variables I and j, and you can assign row value to I and column value to j, then you can print star. That we done in our previous tutorials. Here also you can do that, or you can directly mention the position because we want only 2 stars, right? So instead of taking I and j variables, here I'll directly mention the position of these stars. So this star at row 0 and column 4, and this at row 1 column 3. So here, or when row is equal to 0 and column is equal to 4. Okay, this is my first condition. So this condition for to print star here, that is row 0 column 4. Row 1 and column 3. Okay, so here I mention and because I want both this to be true, that is when row is equal to 0 column equal to 4, I want to print star. Here also same, when row is equal to 1 and column is equal to 3, I want to print star. That's why I mentioned and here. This or is because any one of this condition is true, you can print star. Okay, next colon. Inside the if body, we can see print function, that is if condition becomes true, then we want to print star. Okay, so print star. Here we can see end is equal to empty string, that is in the print function by default end value will be /n. If I didn't mention end here, then it will take end value as /n. So after printing stars, it will go to the next line. But here I don't want that. Here after printing this star, I want the control to be here only. Okay, that's why I mentioned end is equal to empty string. And next, if this condition becomes false, then control go to the else part and it will print space. That is, now we wrote the condition to print stars, that is we mentioned the row and column where we want to print star. But in some row and column we want to print space also, right? Because of that we wrote the else part. And next, inside the first for loop we are using print function, that is this. This is for new line, that is after printing stars in one row, we want to go to the next line to print remaining stars. That is here, after printing this row, I want to go to next line. After printing this row, I want to go to next line. So in each row we want new line. For that this print function is used. Okay, inside the first for loop. We are done with our code, so we need to save these. Next, run this. So here we can see stars in alphabetical Y shape. Alright. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. I'll meet you in next class. Till then, take care.